Welcome, Nancy. It's good to have you on the podcast. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you, Rhona, for inviting me from this
No
interview. This is
problem.
my first
Over,
one.
over in France. So bonjour to you.
Bonjour. Bonjour,
Now,
bonjour.
Nancy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background, and where you got started?
Okay, so I will try to summarize here. So my name is Nancy. I'm a single mom of 5 years old. So I'm single mom since my pregnancy, actually. So I'm working as a project, how you said, project manager. Sorry, I was looking
Hmm.
for the word. Project manager, and I've also have like business that I launched with my sister, which is growing very slowly. And I also have like so much project moving back to Africa and develop my company. Also try to work on coaching too. So much things going on in my life. So I'm really quite busy.
Okay. Okay. And how long? Because where are you originally from, and how long have you been in France?
Congo, Congo, Kinshasa. I came in France when I was 8 years old, so it's basically my
Oh,
whole
wow.
life here. And but I am always connected to Africa. Like want to see how I can improve things with my community and my country. But you have things in mind and then you have life. Like you have to work, you have to live your life. So it was something which was always back in my mind, and I am still attracted to Africa, do something in Africa, participate in the economy, the growth and everything. But when you get caught up in your routine, it's something that you can realize that it's just a dream, and it's really something that I'm afraid of. And I've noticed that a lot of us are living life like we have dreams, we have things that we want to do, but when we get caught up in life, like the work, if you get married, for example, if you have kids and everything, so you kind of giving up on all the things, and you see always the negative things, like no, it's Africa, for example, for my side, it's Africa, or it's very complicated when you have kids or everything. So I'm just afraid that to not be caught up in that way of thinking and living, like finishing my life without realizing everything that I want to realize. So, so that's why
And how do
it's
you
important.
and how do you keep those positive thoughts inside of you? Because as you say, it must be very, very difficult. How do you do that? How do you do that for yourself?
I can say for quite a long year, it was just in the back of my mind. When you know that something is like in you, you're
Hmm.
supposed to do, but you try to avoid that because you get caught up. Like I said, you get caught up in your routine. You get caught up in a lot of things in your life going on, personal stuff, family stuff, working and everything. So it was there like for years. I can say like for almost like yes, and I remember always talking about that since my teenage years, my 20s, my 30s. I'm 43 years old. So, and then like lately, like 5 years ago or 2 years ago, I'm seeing everybody going back to Africa. Like every people like me, like growing up in Europe or America and everything, are doing things actually, and some of them are younger than me. And I was like,
Hmm.
they're acting actually where I was just dreaming or thinking or saying, yeah, I will do it, I will do it. And I had like this click when my close friend, like a friend that I know since I'm 14, she just told me like, okay, we're ready, we're moving back. I was like, what?
Wow.
I was like, because she was talking to me like when she get married and she talked to her husband, so they made it like a project, like it was a 5 year project, like to prepare everything. And she was
Hmm.
telling me like, yeah, we will do. And for me, it was like me, yeah, I will go back to Africa, I will do this, I will do that. And just when she said, okay, next year we're moving, and I was like, oh, yeah, so you did it. And then she goes, actually. Now she's in Ghana and she's doing things, she's doing stuff. I was like, I'm really, really, how can I say? I have the word in French, like I'm lazy. Actually, I'm dreaming, I'm not taking action. And that
Mhm.
scares me because when you don't take action, actually, because you're waiting for the perfect moment, the right moment, you're waiting for the government to be settled, you're waiting for the economy, you're waiting for your life to be settled and everything. And she did it. She had like two boys, like 7 and 4, and she moved back. And I was like, yeah, there is not a perfect moment. There is a moment, and you have just to settle and manage. So that was my click actually for taking action. Before that,
Because
it
you saw.
was just I will do, I will do, I will do. So that's kind of
Yeah.
tricky.
Yeah, and as you said, there is no perfect moment in life because life is always going to go on. There's always going to be something happening at some time. There's no perfect moment. So when you're ready to go, you got to go. You got to go and get what you really want. It's really really important to be able to do that. That's a fantastic thing to hear. Um, in your life in France, have you found that you've had any situations where things have been a bit difficult for you in France?
Yes, I think it's life journey actually. But when you face those situations, you're like, why me? Why is happened to me? Like my relationship, I was like with my ex. It was like for years together, but it was like struggling. Back and forth relationship, fighting and everything. So it was kind of difficult. But you were like, no, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And then you also have your own situation, like where I'm going in life, where I want to be, and facing things that I know I'm meant for more, and like I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm okay. This is life, and I have to pay the bills, I have to work, I have to do everything. So I struggle a lot, and I also struggle a lot with self-confidence in myself, which was really funny because people were seeing me like this so confident woman where
Mhm.
while I was like struggling with myself. So I faced them because of my spirituality. Like I'm praying a lot. I have faith and everything. So when I was like in the deep, I can't say depression actually because back now I know that it was depression, but when I was living there, it wasn't depression because I was in automatic mode, without
Mhm.
feeling anything. Just go, live your life, but not really living the life. You get like I said, get caught up in the routine. So when I start really be deeply spiritual, I
Mhm.
realize
Mhm.
a lot of things. I get like wise advice with books and everything, which makes me realize that it's the part of the journey. And as I always said, when you look at people who make change in the history, they had a very, very difficult journey. They had
Mhm.
they had experiences, they got struggled and everything. And this is how you know that you're meant for more because when you pass that, like God say, God don't put you into a situation where you cannot handle. If you're facing this situation, it's meaning that you have the strength to manage that, but the difference is how you respond to that. You can
Exactly.
respond like, I can be like very radically when I say someone who has been abused sexually and everything. You have it like for Oprah, for example, and you have it with a lot of people. You can either decide to be the victim,
Yeah.
and get caught in this, I can say, low emotion, low energy, which leads you
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
always struggling. I'll say, okay, it happens to me. I have to learn something for that, and I have to get over that. Like working on myself, working on my self-confidence. It's not easy, but this is how I have to react. So
So
this
how do,
is
how
the
do you think
difference.
how do you think you built on your self-confidence? Because I know you talked about your faith and your religion, but what
Mm.
other things do you think you did for yourself to make yourself more confident in doing what you wanted to do?
I think my job helped me a lot more than my
Hmm.
personal life because every job that I went, I was always, how can I say in English, like the recognition. They say that, oh, you're good. Yeah, you're good. And I was always the one who give advice. I was always the one who were coaching my colleague, helping them and everything. So it builds me this confidence that I didn't have in my personal life because you know uh like I was in the relationship which was like back and forth, but it lasted like for more than 15 years, which like
Okay. That's a long
part of
time.
my life. And I was really insecure in that relationship. So when in the meantime, in my job, I was really secure because I know what I was. I know how to sell myself, as I can
Yeah.
say. So it was giving me this confidence and was a kind of balance, you know.
Okay.
But I
That's
also knew that that my personal life was like a weakness also, and I just tried to manage.
yeah, yeah. And you talked about your business that you and your sister are involved in. Tell us a little bit about that.
So it's like a logistic forward to be like forward agent. So it's basically export and import, like for
Hmm.
goods, any kinds of good for from any country because we have the background. I have it like as a customer service and logistic department, and she had it because she was working in there too. So we're not because we want to build something, we want to be our own boss. So we decided to create this company, and so basically it's you can say goods um,
Yeah,
transport logistic.
yeah. So what type of goods do you sell?
I'm not selling like it's more like transport. Like you're selling something and you want it to be in that country, so we organize everything.
Oh, okay. I understand. I understand. So you're just the middle person that's carrying it from place to place.
Yes, doing the customs, collect the goods in the companies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
We're working with professional and consumer, how do you say? It was a B2B and a B2C business, actually. So
Okay.
the B2C part, it's more for Congolese people. You
Hmm.
know, if Congolese, like people who are living in Congo, but want to order things in Europe because they can't be
Okay.
delivered, they can't be delivered in Congo. So we use it, they're using our address, and then like for example, you order in Amazon or Mango or something, but you know they can't deliver in Congo. So you place the
Okay.
order, give us the address, and then we organize the transfer to Congo. So this is
Oh,
like for
wow.
the B2C part, and the B2B part is like for a company who's buying stuff in
Hmm.
another company or in another country. So it's like, okay, you have to collect here and then deliver there. So we're managing
Okay.
everything.
That's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. And how's it going? Is it going well? Yeah, it's actually, was it really?
Slowly, we start the business like 2 years ago, I think, but we were like in our own job. So it was
Hmm.
in the beginning quite difficult to manage. It's
Hmm.
still now because it's time consuming, and but we're trying to balance. And now that my sister she's working on that full time, it's getting more and more bigger, I can say, because we're getting more contract, we're getting more service, like more customer, which is good.
That sounds
But
fantastic.
like
And
I'm a single mom, I'm working, I have a business, I'm trying to go back to Africa. Like this is a lot.
yeah. And as you said, you're a mother. What is it like being a single mother in France? You know, you come from the Congo. You have to bring them up with obviously your Congolese values. Obviously got your Congolese values, but you've also got your French values in France. What's that like? What's that like for you?
It's a balance because I came at a younger age, so I see how my parents balance it, and
Mhm.
also uh, I was like surrounded with this kind of two culture, you know. So it's easy that part. Like for me, it's easy. Even listening to Congolese music too, like it's singing and everything. Just only negative part that I say that I'm not used to speak my native language with him,
Mhm.
and my mother, she's speaking French with him. So I would like to for him to speak also Congolese. But yeah,
Okay.
like this is kind of stuff because we all speak French together, so
Yeah. Yeah.
it's quite difficult. But in the meantime, I'm just trying to balance. You know, I'm single mom since my pregnancy, though it's not that I see something different between like you know when you have someone with you and you like parents raising a child or you're just by yourself. And I'm by myself like since the beginning. So it's just something that I'm getting used to and try to manage in my daily life.
Mm, 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 mm. And going back, you mentioned you wanted to go back to the Congo. The plan is to go back home. What do you think you miss about the Congo? I mean, apart from your family, because everybody misses their family and all that.
Yeah,
But what
exactly.
do you think yeah, what do you think you miss the most about the Congo?
I can't say that I miss something. It's more that I have to be a part of helping Africa to grow, you know. It's more
Hmm.
like I'm born African. I was
Hmm.
born in Africa. I have like it's a call. So I can't say that I missed something there because when you see the country, there's a lot you can have a big headache, like, no, I'm going back. But it's more
Hmm.
like something deep inside me saying, no, you have to be a part of something in
Okay.
Africa, in your native country. And
Hmm.
that's something that it's more in me and always reminds me. And this funny thing is that why it also took me so long is because, as I said, like we are waiting for the perfect time. Like, no, I'm not going unless I have a job with this salary, this house and everything. So I'm not going. But you don't even looking for that job either, or I'm not going because it's difficult, the situation there, the political, economic, and everything. So it will be difficult. And my friends, like the same, like who's moving in Ghana, I said, "Why are you focusing in Congo?" I said, "Because it's my native country." He said, "Yeah, but you want to be part of Africa. Why don't you start in another African country? Because the same thing that you're doing in France, like working or doing things, you can do it in a more developed country in Africa. That doesn't mean you giving up on Congo. It's just that you already have like your faith in Africa and you contribute to Africa growth." And it was like a wise advice. So that's why I was thinking, yeah, why not actually? And she told me like she's from Ghana, but she said like for example, she was planning to leave to Ivory Coast, you know, and
Okay. Yeah.
it's just because the job didn't fit for her. But she said, I'm open to any African country, just that is in Africa, you know. And I was like, yeah, why not? Because us African, we're getting kind of stuck with our native country.
Hmm.
Not saying that, like for me, as I said, it's more being part of African growth. And if it
Yeah.
can be with my country, of course, it will be better. So I was like, oh yeah, why not? Because there is a lot of country in Africa where you can actually have a good life, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So you definitely want to give back to where you come from, and like Africa, as you say, Africa's a massive continent. So there's loads of
Yes,
places in Africa exactly you can go to, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. Well, Nancy, I want to say thank you very, very much for doing this interview with me today. It has been so lovely to have you. So
yeah, thank
refreshing,
you.
and it's
Yeah,
been so
thank
nice
you
to
very much.
see you. And I would like to say thank you very much, and you take care. And
Yes.
bye for now.
Yeah, thank you. And loving like more episodes in your podcast and support, of course. So thank you very much, Rhona.
Okay, no problem. Bye for now. You don't have to go.
Yeah.